I'm about to flip the script, flip the switch, magic trick, watch this, watch this. I'm about to make you trip, make you glitch, camera click, watch this, watch this. I put it like gold, check out the view, out with the old, and in with the new. I'm in my new era, I'm better in my new era, I'm better in my new era.
Good afternoon. Welcome to, I was going to say a very warm welcome, but it's not really now, is it? We're at Trailfinders Sports Club. After a week's break, we're back for PWR action. It's Trailfinders women taking on Saracens women, a mouth-watering London derby to get action back underway and in the run up to Christmas. Delighted to say that we are joined this afternoon up here in commentary by Scotland international and Trailfinders forward Emma Wassell. Emma, great to have you with us. How was your break, first of all?
Thank you. It's good to be here. As in, what break?
Well, yeah, there is that. A sort of week's break, at least.
Yeah, it's actually a bit of a different one when you're rehabbing. We've been in kind of still ticking away, so can't say I completely switched off, but I did get a little bit of a rest.
Nice. We won't talk to you about when we can expect you back on the field, but the important question, how is the rehab going?
It's going really well. Just had boots on this week, so I have managed to kind of make a bit of progress there. Taking it slow and steady just because of the type of injury it was, but hopefully should be back in not too distant future.
I mean, we're looking forward to seeing you back on the field, but we're delighted to have you in commentary with us today. It's a short, sharp show before we get underway. There's lots of fixtures around the grounds, and you hopefully will be able to see here the lie of the land coming back into round 5. Gloucester Hartpury, an imperious start to proceedings. And you can see there, second versus fourth. Saracens, the only blemish on that copybook is that defeat to Gloucester Hartpury, and Trailfinders a defeat here against Exeter Chiefs to start the season. But from there on, been a wonderful start.
Yeah, I think a really exciting start for Trailfinders, particularly given that first game we looked like a team that didn't know each other, so it'll be really interesting to see how Trailfinders kind of continue that consistency as a team together.
Into round 5, Harlequins in 7th place. It's their bye round this week, so these are the other games coming up this weekend. You can see there, Sale Sharks versus Exeter Chiefs. That's also on YouTube for you. That one is 12-all at half-time. The Sharks had raced into a 12-0 lead before the Chiefs fought back in that one. Up in the Midlands, it's Loughborough Lightning taking on Leicester Tigers. That's the game on BBC Sport and BBC iPlayer. We're here at Trailfinders, and tomorrow, Ruhi Dement makes her debut for the Bears. It's Bristol Bears against Gloucester Hartpury at Ashton Gate. Speaking of that game in the Midlands, that's kicking off at the same time as ours. Everyone loves the Midlands derby. It's full of spice, and here's Nick Heath who'll be bringing you that one.
Round 5 of the PWR is here at Sint Stadium at Franklin's Gardens for the East Midlands derby. Loughborough Lightning taking on Leicester Tigers. Lightning, who find themselves in 5th, looking to break into that top 4, while Leicester Tigers are looking for their first win of the season. It's a 3 o'clock kickoff, and it's live on BBC iPlayer.
Thanks for that, Nick. 2 fantastic games to choose from at 3 p.m, or you can watch them both at the same time. Get yourselves out multi-screens or double tap, however you want to watch it. Let's focus on proceedings today here, though. Both games last season really tight between Trailfinders and Saracens up until the 60-minute mark, and then Saracens pulled away. Speaking to the coaches in the week, both of them said doesn't count for anything anymore, but on paper should be a really close one.
Yeah, I think it should be a really tight game. It is honestly hard to judge. Obviously, the Trailfinders team is quite different to the one you would have had last season. You've got a lot of really exciting players in there that really know how to change a game, but you have seen the consistency of Saracens. They have an incredible speed of ruck, and their offloading ability is probably one of the best in the league, so it should be a good day for attacking rugby.
Certainly should. Both of these sides, the 2 highest average point scorers per game in the league this season. This weekend, though, is also restart round across the Gallagher Prem and the PWR. It's a fantastic cause, a fantastic charity, and we called up with Meg Jones a little bit earlier to tell us more about how they have supported her. Meg, thanks very much for joining us. This weekend is restart round across the Gallagher Prem, across the PWR. It's something that's been really important for you in the last year or so. Talk to us a little bit about your journey with Restart.
So I've recently become a trustee for Restart Rugby. Obviously an amazing charity that supports the players, but not just the player, also the person, which I think is really fundamental. But for me, obviously last year was a really tough year. I lost both my mum and dad in the space of 6 months. So to have the services that they offered and reach out and help was amazing, and definitely guided me through the tough times, and still have. So yeah, allowed me to have that comfort in knowing that I was looked after and supported along the way. So yeah, an amazing charity that's close to my heart, and amazing to see them get involved, particularly with the PWR as well now, because you know there's some crazy stats, but 68% of the Restart Rugby, those that reach out, are female. So to have that opportunity to reach out to us as players is amazing, because you know they offer so much, from 24/7 confidential counselling resources to educational grants and mental health support as well. And I think it's just paramount that we have that within the game, because first and foremost we're people, and that's what we got to look after in order for us to deliver on the pitch.
As you said, it's about the whole person. They helped you a lot with the grievance counselling element of it last year. What does the charity mean to you personally?
I think to me, Restart means looking out for us as individuals, making sure that we're looked after, we're comfortable, we have the resources that allows us to be the best version of ourselves. And ultimately, I think they give everything to us as players, which means that we can produce what we need to produce on and off the pitch.
Sort of touched on it already, but obviously a large proportion of the people that reach out are female athletes. What can players reach out for to Restart?
So things you can reach out for with Restart is there's a 24/7 confidential counselling service, which is amazing. if you're suffering with mental health, you've got maybe a career-threatening injury, illness, etc., going through hardships like myself, that's an amazing service that you can touch upon. Educational grants as well, if you're looking to delve deeper, and also mental health and mental resilience support throughout the year. So, yeah, there's loads to get involved in, and please reach out, because I didn't think I would need this service, but sometimes you get dealt the cards that you don't want to be dealt, and you kind of got to find a way through it and navigate through it. So, thankfully, I had Restart to help me with that.
And like you said, a fantastic cause, helps you out as players, but as a charity, we need help from outside sources. So how can fans, people watching, get involved with Restart? Yeah, honestly, everyone's donations mean a lot. You can donate. There's an online auction going ahead now. You can donate through the text, through texting Restart through to 70580. But you can also just share on social media, repost, and yeah, just spread the message as much as you can. That also means a lot to us, and gets the message out there. So thank you very much for all the donations, but also any gestures of spreading the word is a huge help as well. Brilliant. Well, Meg, thanks so much for sharing your story, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Wonderful to hear from Meg Jones there, and we're rushing through straight into those team sheets. Here is that Trailfinders women's lineup. Consistency is the key. Third game in a row with an unchanged starting 15. The likes of Maya Montiel going up against her former side. Meg Jones we saw there, but watch out for that back row trio of Malcolm, Captain Zachary and Burton. They will want to cause havoc for Saracens this afternoon. Here's the bench. It's the only place that there's been a tweak from the last outing against the Bears. Christina Blanco was a late inclusion in that side and got a bonus point victory. She maintains her position wearing 16, whilst there's a return for Isla Norman-Bell wearing number 22. The visitors, Saracens, 8 changes to the starting 15 from the victory over Leicester Tigers a fortnight ago. Campbell and Harrison, the co-captains, and experience in the ranks, the likes of Gallagher, Packer, Cleal, and Breach, those England players alongside Kelsey Clifford. Couple of changes on the bench for Saracens too. Alex Osterbury opting for a 6-2 split this weekend. Beth Blacklock and Sarah McKenna are covering the back line, whilst there is a first involvement of the season for Canadian international Gabrielle Senft after she helped Canada reach that World Cup final back in September. And as the flags start to part, you can see that Saracens are out and ready after hitting those tackle bags, and Trailfinders have made their way out onto the field. There is Meg Jones in that 13 shirt, one of a number of new faces for Trailfinders this season that have very quickly got up to speed. Emma, everyone knows Meg Jones, what she brings to the rugby field. We're starting to find out more about Meg Jones, the person off the field as well. What's it like having her as a teammate?
Yeah, she's honestly been... You obviously see a very lively Meg Jones on the pitch, but honestly, she's a hugely thoughtful and very kind human being. So it's really nice to actually know her as a person outside of being at the club, but actually being able to call her a bit of a friend at the club.
Certainly that. The man in the middle today is Matthew Sharp, and he is waiting for the cue as Harrison takes hold of the ball. Long, shrill blast of that whistle, and we're underway. Trailfinders in green, Saracens in white. Fourth versus second. Breach tracks back. Oh, a little bit of a cannoned pass to Harrison. The co-captain tidies that one up nicely. Pick through the middle of the pitch, I should say, from Letitia Royer, and there's Marley Packer. First industrious carry. Good patience, early doors from Saracens. Apps, Packer again. Making herself busy in these opening exchanges. And Apps back to Harrison. Saracens go aerial. That one's going to be coming down with snow on it on Grace Moore, and she's done very well to tidy it up. And Gallagher
use it, please.
Mops up the second helping for Trailfinders too. Amory
Use it,
calling
please.
Ponsonby in just to give her a little bit more space on that box kick. And it's gone straight into the hands of Harrison again. Thought about kicking, spins it onto Corrigan. She's wrapped up by Malcolm, but gets the ball away. Gregson with that offloading game to Immaculate. Saracens offloaded more than any other side in the league so far this season, and it's creating opportunities like this one with Sharp kicking into the backfield. Shell, it's a bobbling, bouncing one to deal with, but the Canadian does exceptionally well and just dinks it down the field. Harrison now to Corrigan. Kicks through herself. And it's bounced up off of the shin of Montiel, back into the hands of Grace White. There's a bit of a mess in there. It's slow ball, but it's going to come back with a penalty for Trailfinders. You can see the referee signalling there.
Into the side, yeah.
Hardy coming in at the side. You can see there.
Full white.
Pretty easy one for the referee, going straight in at the side to Grace Moore, and a bit of respite that Trailfinders needed after that fast Saracen start.
Yeah, a fair bit of back and forth there, but you can see both teams not really wanting to overplay in this middle part of the pitch, and yeah, there's kicking threats from both sides
White
there.
on the edge.
Speaking of those kicking threats, Zoe Harrison, she didn't play in that Leicester Tigers game, but 738 kicking metres in her other 3 fixtures. That is a weapon for Saracens when they need to get out of jail.
That's once.
And this is something that Trailfinders wants to become more of a weapon, the maul game, because they can do the rest of the stuff in the middle of the park, arguably as well as anybody else in the league. They get the ball wide early. Fran McGee pins her ears back, goes outside Jess Breach. Fran McGee out of nowhere. Trailfinders open the scoring, and it's an absolute ripper from the Scotland international on that far side.
That's what Fran McGee does best, and I'm all too familiar with it. Yeah, give her an inch of space, and she really does know how to finish. Brilliant by Trailfinders to get that wide quickly there.
Well, I was praising the work that they've been doing at the driving game in the set piece, but you can see from the replay, when you've got the likes of Shell and McGee in that back 3, it doesn't really matter, because the jet heels there to get away from Jess Breach. She is no slouch at fullback. That is some finish.
Yeah, no, as I said, she is one that knows how to finish, and I think that battle between on the wing there will be a tough one today.
Conversion time out wide for Jones. Just drifts to the left of the uprights, but it's 5-0 to Trailfinders.
Yep.
And you might have seen on your screen an early change for Saracens. Lottie Sharp on the left wing, a collision in the middle of the field, and she's heading down the tunnel. We'll just wait down below. As you can see, Beth Blacklock, number 22, is readying herself to come on. So it's going to be a little bit of a rejig early doors here for Saracens. Blacklock, you'd expect, will go into that centre position. Sydney Gregson will move out to the wing, and Alicia Corrigan looks like she's going to have to go back and cover fullback.
Yeah, I think this is a wee bit of a risk you take when you go a 6-2 split on the bench. Obviously, with these early substitutions, having to use the back this early is probably not ideal from a Saracens point of view.
One thing that Blacklock does give you, though, is another absolute cannon of a boot if you need to get yourselves out of danger. So her and Harrison, that could work really well for Saracens. That one, again, is sent down the field from Trailfinders, and Harrison has seen space for Hardy. It's bouncing and bobbling around. Hardy has won that battle with Shell and picks up and goes again. Apps is having to fight for that one, and there's going to be a penalty coming the way of Saracens. Shell penalised, hands over and onto the floor, not allowed to do that one.
Just over there.
And Harrison can send that one down into the corner. We're working on a bit of a tight angle, but you can see there, not a bad nudge from Harrison.
They're on the edge.
with
White.
not too much space to work with.
Green on the edge, on the edge of the white. That's it. 9.
May Campbell then, the co-captain, goes to the air and Makwale picks it out of the sky, and here comes Clear, a hat-trick last time out against Leicester Tigers. Puts her side on the front foot, and Apps speed a ball to Clifford. Powerhouse at loose head for Saracens, and Apps Clear again at first receiver, spins it wide to Gregson, and Saracens hit back instantly. One strike, one try, and we're being treated early doors here at Trailfinders Sports Ground.
Yeah, nice execution there. I think that was Poppy Cleal who did that wide pass. Real good vision to see that the Trailfinder did probably overfolded slightly.
You can see that replay there. I know Poppy Cleal fancies herself playing in the back sometimes, but, well, her and her sister, to be fair, they've done that all their careers, haven't they? Finding space, putting passes in that most backs would only be able to wish of, and Gregson the beneficiary.
Yeah, absolutely. That's where the space was on, and having the confidence at forward or back to be able to just put the ball where it needs to go, it is definitely what Saracens do well.
Harrison, that one drifts across the face of the sticks. So we're 5 apiece after 6.5 minutes or so of rugby here at Trailfinders Sports Ground. You can see there, that's a beautiful pass out to Gregson. Had a spell playing on the wing last season when there was a couple of injuries in that back three for Saracens. So it's a position that she wasn't expecting to have to move into so early this afternoon, but that she has plenty of experience covering. Harrison cannons that one into touch, flies over the roof that we've got above us, which is protecting us from the elements that we had a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And this game is moving at breakneck speed. It's Georgia Ponsonby, the Black Fern.
Stay there, 2.
And Makwale disrupts, but it comes back into Trailfinders' hands, and Grace White takes that inside ball. Moore the next to have a go forwards, and Gallagher, quick ball to Jones. Bit of footwork, but Makwale was alive to the danger.
Tackle release.
Montiel is wrapped up. And they keep the ball going. Jones gets that ball on quickly, but it's gone forwards. Saracens survive the onslaught. But you can see here with the replay, that pass lovely out the back from Malcolm Jones. Yeah, that one was drifting forward to Borland, but Trailfinders really trying to find those tight edges early doors here and test Saracens on that inside shoulder.
Balance and patience.
Yeah, I think, and also the speed of play that they're trying to go at. I think that's unfortunate. It has gone slightly forward, but that's probably, you're going to see a lot more of them flat tips and trying to just catch Saracens right on the line.
Speaking to Barney Madison in the week, he said it's one of the things that's impressed him most about Ella Amory at the start of this season, the speed of service, and it's allowing, well, the names are rolling off the tongue now, aren't they, but internationals like Gallagher, McGee, Cox, Jones to pick up those balls and find themselves in pockets of space. There's another live wire for the visitors though, Apps. And Harrison trickles that one down the field. Shell, that one's going to come down again with plenty of air, and she looked to try and wrap up her international teammate who got that ball away quickly, and then it's been lost on the floor by Harrison. Oh, she's appealing to the referee. She doesn't think that one did trickle forward. Still complaining about it, but the upshot of it is that it's an attacking opportunity for Trailfinders. Let's have a look here. She gets the handoff away, and it does bobble out of the hand. I think Harrison's appealing there that it was a Trailfinders hand in there.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I don't know if they're I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse that you can't look back at that. But either way, Trailfinders put enough pressure on there that the favour is with them.
Yeah, time gone.
There's great work on the chase from Julia Shell to, everyone saw her in the World Cup, absolute live wire, creating those tries, scoring those 6 in that opening match, but she's so much more of a player than just someone that can run it in. Her game awareness is unreal. But let's just have a quick listen to what the ref's saying. Very quick word with Kate Zachary.
Time's back on.
And we come back to time on. But we were saying there, Julia Schell, the kicking game, the space awareness, the ability in the backfield, then the ability over the ball that we saw down here as well, some player.
Remember,
she's incredible and definitely been a huge value to Trailfinders. I think this speed that she has is really something that sometimes surprises me, but she's got a really good all-round rugby ability.
Crouch.
Wonderful player, one of 13 internationals, I should say, in the starting 15 for Trailfinders, 14 for Saracens. And the first opportunity to look at the scrum here. It's been knocked on, messy at the back, and Saracens putting down a bit of a marker there early doors, that front row. And you can hear that they are really pushing. You can see the replay. Apps putting the hustle on Amory. But it's so difficult to get the ball out, isn't it, when you're under that sort of pressure?
Yeah, it looked initially as if Trailfinders had kind of contained it, but look, Saracens know very well, especially with that front row, Maya Montiel being previously at Saracens. They'll know what they're looking to target. I think Trailfinders previously playing Bristol Bears really struggled at the start of the game, but really, I would say, figured it out throughout the game, so hopefully you'll see that.
They stood up a lot better there at scrum time, but Saracens have looked to spread it wide. Breach is wrapped up by White, and green jerseys flood through, making a mess of that one, getting the turnover. Caris Cox taking the plaudits.
13 playing on the floor.
And the referee, you can hear there, Sydney Gregson playing it on the floor as that wave of Trailfinders pressure came through. If you're under pressure at scrum time early doors, that is the perfect way to respond.
Absolutely.
Edge.
And it's given this opportunity for Ponsonby. Joint top try scorer in the league, 4 tries. Not a bad way to introduce yourself here at Trailfinders Sports Ground. And she tried to link up with her international compatriot Borland there. Not quite on the same wavelength though. Ball trickling forwards. And Saracens are now looking to play from deep, and Hardy pins the ears back and gets the offload away to Packer. The visitors up to halfway. It's shoveled on from Breach to Harrison, and it's gone forward.
Knock on White.
You can hear the referee just explaining the first pass did just about end up going backwards, but then just the bounce of the rugby ball. But how about this from Emma Hardy, first of all? Decent pair of heels there getting away, and the offload in from Marley Packer. That's the threat from Saracens.
Yeah, we know the offloading threat they have, but look, Meg has made a pretty good read there in terms of putting the pressure on and putting that pressure, which is forcing the pass and ultimately ending in a knock-on.
Scrum time again for Trailfinders.
Crouch.
They'll want to get this one out as quickly as they can.
Set.
Much more solid from the home side. Gallagher, the ball was bobbling, and it's bobbled into Saracens' hands. Hardy picks up. Now, how quickly can they realign? Gallagher, I should say, and Cleo combining. And Blacklock goes route 1. Packer again in the middle of the field.
Penalty advantage.
The penalty advantage coming. Ponsonby offside as Apps picked the ball up. When she thought about the quick one for half a second. Referee got in her way a little bit, and that might actually have been a bit of a blessing for Saracens, because it allows them to take a breath and allow Harrison to put this one into the 22.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here if they choose to take a maul option.
See this replay, just not quite on the same wavelength, and Hardy quickest to the danger. Line out time for Saracens. It's taken by Royer, and the maul is set. Packer breaks off, finds Blacklock. Apps to Rose. It's gone backwards. But Harrison is wrapped up, and Saracens have lost 5 metres or so. Gregson steadying things for her side, and now with Campbell, they look to put themselves back on that front foot. Amakwale. Quick ball to Royer now. Offload to Gallagher. Taken player and ball. But Saracens 5 metres out here, forwards content to keep going themselves. Drawing the penalty advantage now as Campbell goes. Quick ball. Short is the call, but Saracens, at the second time of asking, get it down. And it's the experienced presence of Marley Packer who edges her side ahead.
A real good work width to width there. I think the forwards just carrying hard, making inches every single time. And it's just the speed of ball. They just do not want to wait a second before they're playing it.
See the replay here, exactly that. The speed is so quick, isn't it? And then Packer alive, sees the opportunity and goes. But it's the Kevin Rouet effect, isn't it? We've seen it with Canada, that speed of ball is men's rugby, women's rugby, the quickest in the world. You can see some of that starting to come into this Saracens DNA.
Yeah, you've seen a huge difference, obviously, with the speed in terms of Olivia Apps. What she brings is a real tempo to the game. But I think it's well just the forwards having the confidence just to pick and take that ball and know that they'll have like their players to back them up on the decision that they make. But with that speed, it's really hard for defences to be set in front up and push them back.
And Saracens edge themselves into the lead. Lottie Sharp has passed her head injury assessment. She's back on. Beth Blacklock's time is done for the moment. We'll see her later on in the game. And a good exit again from Harrison. Saracens, Emma, they're not messing around in their 22. If it's not on wide, they're just clearing it straight down the field and saying to Trailfinders, come back at us, we'll try and match you defensively.
Yeah, when you have someone like Zoe Harrison in the boot that she has, like, they're not going to play overplay in their half, and the territory game they play is really what works to their advantage.
Gallagher plucked that one out of the skies for Saracens, and Packer gets the ball away. The deliberate knock-on coming in the middle of the field. And again, Emma, like you were saying, it's the speed of ball, but it's also the speed of reaction here. Trailfinders started really quickly, but we're now starting to see that all-court game from Saracens, and it's starting to force penalties and errors like that we haven't seen in the last couple of games from Trailfinders.
Exactly, and I think the discipline will be huge here. As we know, Zoe Harrison can clear her lines pretty well, and they will just creep their way back up the pitch if Trailfinders aren't careful.
Campbell goes to the back, Gallagher to Apps, and Harrison spins it onto Cleo. Huge collision in midfield, and Cox eventually is there to help haul her to ground.
Backwards, no, backwards.
That one just about went backwards, and Harrison has had to tidy up. And I'll tell you what, falling over, almost going off of the wrong foot, that is some nudge from Zoe Harrison.
Yeah, you'd be pretty happy with that. There's, I think, a wee bit of a fumble here. They managed to keep it going backwards, but to make that distance, you'll take that.
Referee was happy that one went backwards. You wouldn't have been surprised if it had gone the other way. It was one of those that was right on the limit. Trailfinders are under pressure in their 22, though. Great take in the air from Borland. And they've seen some space here down that short side. And a good little riposte from the hosts. Saracens making a nuisance of it again, though. Corrigan is in there, and Borland has to tidy up more. Oh, big shot on the Ireland international. And Amory steadies herself and sets herself.
She didn't do anything. Play on.
And clears that ball. It's gone through the breadbasket of Jess Breach, and Meg Jones, oh,
Was that anything?
nearly managed to hold on to it, but it's bobbled back into Saracens' hands, and Gregson fancies herself on this outside, and she's still flying through. Shell eventually hauls her to ground, but Saracens up into that Trailfinders 22 again. Great cover, though, coming in. Ponsonby was there. Borland was there, and they managed to wrestle sharp into touch, but that is the danger of transition play.
Yes, yeah. You're on the edge.
You can see here, Liv Apps looking for that space on the short side. Bit of a pass into no man's land, but that's a great read from the two Black Ferns.
Yeah, just again, they're just always looking for that offload, even sometimes when there's not someone there. There's someone that looking to try pick it up.
No, you can't. Just free mate, thank you.
The referee is calling time off with Montiel down, receiving
any effect on that last line
a bit of treatment.
The line before I put the arm down.
Sorry.
Have a watch.
On attack.
On attack, yeah.
Sorry.
You just hear the referee having a word with Ella Amory there about making sure she doesn't stray offside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Sorry, that one, yeah. Yeah.
This pause in play, it's an opportunity for the players to ask a couple of questions as well, make sure that they are reading things the way the referee wants them to. And actually, Emma, for the pair of us, it gives us a chance to take a breath after a pretty helter-skelter 20 minutes.
Yeah, there's been plenty going on, actually, which makes it an enjoyable watch, that's for sure. But you can see how much both teams want it. It's probably do just need to steady it a wee bit. I think there's been a few handling errors just trying to force that pass. But I think if teams can just settle, you can see we've got a good game ahead of us.
Been a fantastic game so far. Time back on, Montiel back up on her feet.
Yeah, they're going to come up. They're coming up now, look.
And it's as nip and tuck as you would expect from fourth versus second in the league at start of play today. Borland takes it. Zachary mops it up at the back for her side, the skipper.
Yeah.
Amory puts boot to ball. And Harrison tidies up to Breach. She's hit hard. And Grace White was putting herself out there, making that shot, but she's slightly out of position here. And Karis Cox has had to tidy up for her in her place, done really well there. And Harrison, oh, saw half a gap and gets it away to Gallagher. Campbell, Packer out to a Makwale. And oh, the pass was a little bit hurried, and Gregson has to scurry back for it. Apps to Hardy. There goes Clifford. World Cup winner. One of many on display this evening. Meg Jones, Abby Burton. Hugely influential parts of that campaign too. And Shell, unfortunate, that's been knocked on. And then it's that natural instinct, isn't it? A ball comes towards you, you want to grab it, but an offside position, and it's given Saracens a free shot here to get back into the 22 again.
Yeah, she'll be frustrated with that.
Oh, you can see Fran McGee instantly, she was trying to pull the arm away, wasn't she? But it's that natural instinct. You just want to grab it if it's coming towards you.
They're on the edge.
And it's given Saracens a gilt-edged opportunity again here in the Trailfinders 22. They set the maul and break early, sharp. Checks and goes, pulled down by Zachary. Rose Gets it onto Harrison, flings it wide to Breach, and Breach to Sharp, and now it's a foot race, checks inside. Shell with a big challenge. Royer, inside ball to Donna Rose. But the ball has bounced out and Trailfinders come away with it.
No hands.
Shell steps in at scrum half for her side.
No hands, no, two goes. Use it, please.
And Amory, asked to use it, has kept it in play again, and Harrison finds Apps in the middle of the field. Zachary meets her well, and Cleo steps in. Harrison gets the ball on to Packer. Big fend and cuts inside, and a wonderful offload.
Oh, sorry, no.
And then Cleo goes again. Burton gets her down. But this offloading game for Saracens is coming to the fore again. Rose. Campbell just picks and goes. Hardy now, Harrison, there's space if they want it. Breach gets it wide to Sharp. The left winger checks inside, gets the offload away under pressure, but Meg Jones is there. Oh, a little hint of a knock-on from Jess Breach as she bobbled that one on the floor, but we're playing on. Managed to get that backwards for her side. Cleo comes away with it, and you can hear Packer saying, go down, go down. She's come away with the ball herself, though. Campbell again. Oh, this is relentless in attack from Saracens. It's suffocating in defence from Trailfinders. Who's going to blink first here? Royer, the next to go forwards. Apps to Harrison. Ball worked wide. Saracens meters away. Gregson. There's a welcoming committee there to deny the outside centre. But there's no denying Alicia Corrigan. Quick hands, quick thought. And Saracens have a third.
Yeah, just relentless from Saracens, to be honest with you. I think, again, it does come down to that speed of ball, whether it's Olivia Apps passing it or just May Campbell, I think, twice in at 9. They're just taking that ball, just really trying to get the ball away and catch Trailfinders off, like, unorganised.
For me, like I just said to Marley,
really nice finish there from Alicia as well.
For me, the ball's there available, and they are going to the side.
Hear what the referee's saying here.
Side, they're a little bit enough distance for me at the moment to not have effect. But I'm keeping an eye out.
May Campbell just speaking to the referee about Trailfinders' work at the breakdown. Harrison adds the conversion. It's now 19-5 to the visitors, and May Campbell there just saying she thinks Trailfinders are coming in, straying offside slightly before Apps picks the ball up. The referee saying he's comfortable at the moment, and Saracens comfortable with now a 2-score lead, but constantly asking those questions, constantly wanting to keep the pace of the game up, I think, is the overriding thing there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the breakdown's the big decider here, and it's how Saracens want to play. It's with a super quick breakdown, and I think like anything that Trailfinders do to try to disrupt that, Saracens are going to try to stop. But yeah, it's they want ball available as quick as possible, and it doesn't necessarily need to be a 9 there that's going to take it, but any of the players are taking it and just trying to go forward.
And as you said, you saw it there, Campbell and Cleo stepping in at scrum half. Cleo with a wonderful ball out the back before Harrison released Corrigan. The fly half clears that one down the field. I think it was noticeable there, Emma, that Trailfinders just took a little bit of time coming back up to halfway, a couple of conversations under the posts. And that's where those experienced players, the likes of Zachary, the likes of Malcolm, could just tell them, take that breath, we're still in this, let's just get our hands on the ball.
Look, as a defensive team, when Saracens are playing as quick as they are, it's tiring, and I think especially longer phases of play, it's a tough one, so you do just need to take a breath and go again.
Intricate little bit of work there initially from Trailfinders, but there's so much pressure coming in on them. that they've been forced to kick, and Harrison counters again. Grace White tracking back, speedster on the right wing. Still fighting, but Immaculate hauls her to ground eventually. Borland gets the ball away to Leatherman. Malcolm is there with her.
Use it, please.
Gallagher thought about it, took a few steps and steadied herself and clears that one down the field. It's a good chase from Trailfinders, but the offloading game again for Saracens gets them out of that initial danger.
No. Yeah, I've got the same. Knock on, scrum advantage.
The knock on into tackle. Saracens with semi-free ball here.
Your scrum advantage, no? Come back.
And you could hear Letitia Royer there shouting, we'll take it, we'll take it. It's a knock-on advantage, not a penalty advantage, but that shows the confidence that they've got in that Saracens pack here at the moment.
Yeah, they've definitely used that scrum as a weapon in the past, but I think right now Saracens are in control of this. Trailfinders are defending well, but it's as soon as they've got momentum going forward, it's really hard to set yourself and get the line speed, which we need to shut Saracens down.
I suppose it's an obvious answer in terms of get hands on the ball, but what do Trailfinders need to do a bit more of at the moment just to try and steady the ship?
It's difficult. We've obviously not played a huge amount of rugby where we want to be playing it, and you don't want to be overplaying at the other side of the pitch. But yeah, I think steadying ourselves, not trying to almost copy the game they're trying to play. You're not chucking silly offloads and really just taking meters forward.
Taking meters forward is exactly what that Saracens pack are doing, though. Royer said we'll take the scrum. That's why, with the penalty advantage coming. Gregson is wrapped up by Gallagher and Zachary.
Tackle release now, 10.
Still with that penalty advantage. Inside ball to Royer. Gets the offload again away to Hardy, and there's Breach. Royer rides the first tackle, and Howes Cleal managed to get that one away. It's a bit of concern here. Malcolm has stayed down. Saracens content to attack as Malcolm gets back to her feet. No advantage coming. We'll go back for that penalty. And again, you can see here, it's the speed of ball and the offloading game, and when it works, it works. Some of those passes from Saracens are going all over the place, but there seems to be a hand in a white strip grabbing onto it every time. Yeah, and it does feel like it is really working in the favour of Saracens right now in terms of some of them offloads look like they're not going to hand, but luckily they're going backwards and someone's getting their hands on it. So it's still staying in the momentum forward with Saracens. Trailfinders here have just got to try and do anything they can to slow down that speed of ball. And again, Saracens break quickly off of the maul setup. Apps, Harrison coming around the outside. Breach pins her ears back, gets it away to Sharp, and Lottie Sharp flies in under pressure. Bonus point score for Saracens. And it's another beautiful try from that Saracens back three.
Thanks, Mike.
Really nice finish there. Again, just full length of the pitch, using the hands. And I think as well, just the time that they're taking on ball to draw in the defenders of Trailfinders and then finding that space right on the edge. And look here, it's Apps at first receiver. Harrison doesn't touch the ball until that third pass, and then the offload from Breach is glorious, and Sharp under some pressure at the end. That's a wonderful finish. I think the way Breach kind of takes in two defenders there, Jules bites in as well as having Grace White on her, just allows that tiny bit of space that Lottie needs on the end to finish it, and a good finish it was.
Harrison lines this one up, just drifts across the face of the uprights, but 5 minutes or so until half-time. Saracens 24-5 ahead. And bar that early Fran McGee try, I don't think Trailfinders have been back into that 22 since.
No, and they've not had much attacking ball at all. They've been defending a lot. Kind of the difficult thing with this is a high-tempo game and it's a tiring one. So I think we've just got to take them opportunities when you have them, and hopefully kind of see a bit more of Trailfinders' attacking flair.
The thing is, I know Saracens have scored 4 tries, but the Trailfinders' defence has actually been really good. It's been rock solid around the middle of the park and defending those quick phases. It's just been that speed of ball on the outside edge, which, quite frankly, you can be the best defensive side in the world, but if you're trying to stop a ball moving at that speed, it's so difficult. And here they come again, clear inside to a Makwale, and now Royer stretches the legs, gets the ball away to Apps.
Yep. Strong advantage,
It's been knocked on at the last, probably the first mistake in the red zone that Saracens have made all afternoon. And Trailfinders, in a couple of minds initially there, and Cox just decides to go route one. Makes good meters for her side, and Montiel, the next to have a go.
Leave it now, 8.
Amory gets the ball back to Gallagher. She's cleared down the field. Again, though, it stays in play.
Backwards.
Charged down, though, by McGee. That could have gone anywhere. Fortunately for Saracens, it's back into Sharp's hands. But there's Trailfinders' hands there now, trying to disrupt this breakdown. And they've got the turnover. Couldn't quite see who that was on the floor, but it was superb work initially.
Full green, holding on.
Until Saracens got themselves back and Moore is penalised for holding on. That was a bit of a chaotic 60 seconds or so of rugby.
It was indeed. I think it's important that Trailfinders clear their lines there, and a really good charge time from Fran McGee, and it allows to almost keep that pressure on in the middle. But yeah, unfortunately, discipline is just going to be huge for us here, because again, we can just see the way that Saracens can creep their way down the pitch. They've obviously used that breakout from the maul and managing to suck a lot of our defenders in, so we'll see how they go here.
The other point that I think is really interesting is whether it's Gallagher, Shell or Amory, Trailfinders can tend to keep the ball on the field too when they're clearing their lines. And it's just allowing Saracens to come back at them at the moment each time. There goes Cleo, Apps again, speed of ball. Hardy gets it to Gregson. She's wrapped up but finds breach. Big fend on White from the fullback, and Apps, the speed of ball again. And Saracens are now hunting another try.
Use it.
Trailfinders pinned on their line as Saracens now go for the power game, find the power game, and it's the co-captain May Campbell who's over for number 5 of this first half.
Again, the speed of ball at which Saracens are managing to get that from the line out straight to the other wing, and I mean the pressure from Trailfinders are not getting the chance to get off the line and really shut them down. It is purely down to how quickly they're trying to get that ball away. They're trying to pop it off the deck, and yeah, then it probably a bit too much of an easy finish there for May Campbell to get over the line.
But like you said, Emma, it's that speed. You can get yourself back into that defensive line, but by the time you've looked up, they've gone already. And Harrison adds the extras from out wide. Saracens up to 31 with a minute to go in the first half. Trailfinders, that early Fran McGee try. And again, we were sort of touching on it a little bit before Saracens came through, scored that 5th try, but I wonder if that's going to be one of the messages from Barney Madison at half-time to his Trailfinders side. When we're clearing our lines, we just need to get this thing off the pitch. Packer gets the ball away to Campbell. And just a reminder, we aren't quite linked in to the referee, so there may be a little bit more time to go in this one. Saracens have got the penalty now, though.
High tackle.
And a high tackle was the call. Grace Moore, the player, penalised. And Emma, again, like you were saying, discipline, so important. Stops them getting into these attacking opportunities.
5.
Yeah, absolutely. I think players are obviously very aware of that offloading game they have, so they're trying to double tackle. You've got one going low, you've got one going high, trying to wrap up that ball, but you just need to stay below the shoulders whilst doing that.
Saracens set the maul.
That's once, 9.
You can hear Gallagher down there shouting, keep it in until told, keep it in until you are told. And now they get it away, kick the ball into the backfield, and it's a foot race, and the ball bounces and bobbles, and Shell just about comes out on top. She's under all sorts of pressure. Jones, look to spin the ball wide to McGee.
Knocking into touch.
And that is the end of the first half. Trailfinders made the first move with that Fran McGee try, but
We'll go through that way.
fans around us here at Trailfinders Sports Ground slightly shell-shocked.
Yeah, it's been all Saracens, I will say. We've really struggled to see Trailfinders get a hold of this ball and show kind of what they can do in attack. I do think defence has been good, but Saracens have just been so good at finding that edge. And I think, again, the speed of ball, the offloading ability, just keeping the ball alive, and also just kicking the ball and playing in the right areas of the park has really worked in Saracens' favour.
We'll sing the plaudits of Saracens in a second, but Trailfinders 5 on the board, 31 to Saracens. They've got a lot of work to do in that second half. We will be back with you very shortly, and we'll run through those highlights.
I'm better in my new era.
Fearless, fast, powerful. We are Trailfinders women.
It's such a great feeling to play at Trailfinders. We've got such a strong following out in West Ealing. That's our home turf.
We're going to be fast and furious. We're going to bring the tries, and we're so excited to start.
We've got big names coming in, we've got a lot of internationals to go up.
We're such a tight-knit group. Everyone just expresses themselves.
Meg Jones is going to bring magic Meg. Trailfinders, we're going to bring energy, passion, and a lot more flair.
Meg, thanks very much for joining us. This weekend is restart round across the Gallagher Prem, across the PWR. It's something that's been really important for you in the last year or so. Talk to us a little bit about your journey with Restart.
So I've recently become a trustee for Restart Rugby. Obviously an amazing charity that supports the players, but not just the player, also the person, which I think is really fundamental. But for me, obviously last year was a really tough year. I lost both my mum and dad in the space of 6 months. So to have the services that they offered and reach out and help was amazing, and definitely guided me through the tough times, and still have. So yeah, allowed me to have that comfort in knowing that I was looked after and supported along the way. So yeah, an amazing charity that's close to my heart, and amazing to see them get involved, particularly with the PWR as well now, because you know there's some crazy stats, but 68% of the Restart Rugby, those that reach out, are female. So to have that opportunity to reach out to us as players is amazing, because you know they offer so much, from 24/7 confidential counselling resources to educational grants and mental health support as well. And I think it's just paramount that we have that within the game, because first and foremost we're people, and that's what we got to look after in order for us to deliver on the pitch.
As you said, it's about the whole person. They helped you a lot with the grievance counselling element of it last year. What does the charity mean to you personally?
I think to me, Restart means looking out for us as individuals, making sure that we're looked after, we're comfortable, we have the resources that allows us to be the best version of ourselves, and ultimately I think they give everything to us as players, which means that we can produce what we need to produce on and off the pitch.
Sort of touched on it already, but obviously a large proportion of the people that reach out are female athletes. What can players reach out for to Restart?
So things you can reach out for with Restart is there's a 24/7 confidential counselling service, which is amazing. If you're suffering with mental health, you've got maybe a career-threatening injury, illness, etc., going through hardships like myself, that's an amazing service that you can touch upon. Educational grants as well, if you're looking to delve deeper, and also mental health and mental resilience support throughout the year. So, yeah, there's loads to get involved in, and please reach out, because I didn't think I would need the service. But sometimes you get dealt the cards that you don't want to be dealt, and you kind of got to find a way through it and navigate through it. So thankfully I had Restart to help me with that.
And like you said, a fantastic cause, helps you out as players, but as a charity we need help from outside sources. So how can fans, people watching, get involved with Restart? Yeah,
honestly, everyone's donations mean a lot. You can donate. There's an online auction going ahead now. You can donate through the text, texting Restart through to 70580. But you can also just share on social media, repost, and yeah, just spread the message as much as you can. That also means a lot to us, and gets the message out there. So thank you very much for all the donations, but also any gestures of spreading the word is a huge help as well.
Brilliant. Well, Meg, thanks so much for sharing your story, and best of luck.
Thank you.
Saracens is a family, it's a wolf pack.
When we get on the pitch, there's all bets are off and nobody's safe.
We really want to get back to winning championship titles, so now we want to go after the PWR.
We are Saracens.
There's only one team in London and it's us.
The Series fans, they bleed red, they're incredible.
The Wolfpack lives up to its name. We protect each other, we go to battle for each other. We bring a brand of rugby that is brutal, fierce, and one of the best that you'll see.
We've got lots to prove this season, and we've still got more to give. We've got a trophy to win.
Just a whole pack, 115, we're all a threat. Watch out, we're coming.
New era.
Half-time score here then at Trailfinders Sports Club, and it's Trailfinders women 5, Saracens 31. 6 tries, a hugely entertaining first half. Let's have a look at some of those key moments. And Emma, it started off wonderfully for Trailfinders. Beautiful move and wonderful try from Fran McGee.
Yeah, look, the backline that we have, we know the potential they have, and it's unfortunate that probably the latter half of that first half, you've probably not been able to see them much because it's purely been in defence. But a brilliant finish by Francesca McGee.
You can see here, Sydney Gregson hit back instantly for Saracens. Wonderful pass from Cleo to release her.
Yeah, I think it does have that ability they have as their forward pack to both carry up front but send them passes wide.
And the pressure was relentless. Marley Packer found the gap eventually for her side and put them into the lead.
Their quick ball, their ability, as soon as ball's available, there's a forward picking it up and taking it forward. I think every carry that Saracens have made, they're making meters every time, and it's making all the difference at catching Trailfinders on the back foot.
That speed of pass, and I say, sorry, you saw it there, Corrigan, quick hands from Cleo, Harrison releasing her, and then wonderful offload from Jess Breach to free Lottie Sharp for that bonus point score.
I think they tried that move a few times before, but the difference there is Jess Breach sucking them 2 defenders in that allows Lottie to have that space right on the wing.
And then this was that moment right at the end of the first half, and the co-captain May Campbell managing to burrow her way over.
Use it.
Those were 6 fantastic tries, 5 of them from Saracens, that early one from Trailfinders. We were just talking a little bit off air whilst we were listening to Meg Jones talk about Restart, about those messages at half-time from Barney Madison. What are those going to be? What does he need his side to do to try and pull themselves back into this?
I think you do want to slow Saracens down. Like, they are getting incredibly quick ball and it's catching us on the back foot. We're not set, we're not able to put pressure on them, and ultimately they're able to find the gaps. You've got big ball carriers in Poppy Cleal and Julia that are really getting them forward front ball. I think slowing them down, but also just looking after ball when we've got it. I think, yes, we do need to play a bit of a territory game, but when we do have it, we need to look after ball and probably play with that same kind of tempo as well.
And again, there's some big ball carriers in that Trailfinders side. I don't think we've really mentioned the likes of Kate Zachary, Abby Burton, Caris Cox too much at all. They need to get their hands on the ball and let them do what they do best.
Yeah, and hopefully this half you'll see a lot more of that as well. I think we've seen from the previous PWR games, we have a really good attacking maul, and I just think Trailfinders need to get in the right areas of the pitch to be able to show that and almost test out the defence that Saracens have, because we know that can be a real weapon.
Well, that's going to be the target in the second half for Trailfinders. We're going to take a very short break and we'll be back with you shortly for that second half to see if they can find a way back into this one.
I'm not too bad with it.
I'm better in my new era.
Fearless, fast, powerful. We are Trailfinders women.
It's such a great feeling to play at Trailfinders. We've got such a strong following out in West Ealing. That's our home turf.
We're going to be fast and furious. We're going to bring the tries, and we're so excited to start.
We've got big names coming in. We've got a lot of internationals to go up.
We're such a tight-knit group. Everyone just expresses themselves.
Meg Jones is going to bring magic. Magic Meg. Trailfinders, we're going to bring energy, passion, and a lot more flair.
Saracens is a family, it's a wolf pack.
When we get on the pitch, there's all bets are off and nobody's safe.
But we really want to get back to winning championship titles, so now we want to go after the PWR.
We are Saracens.
There's only one team in London and it's us.
The series fans, they bleed red, they're incredible.
The Wolfpack lives up to its name. We protect each other, we go to battle for each other. We bring a brand of rugby that is brutal, fierce, and one of the best that you'll see.
We've got lots to prove this season and we've still got more to give. We've got a trophy to win. Just to hold back, 1:15, we're all a threat. Watch out, we're coming.
New era.
Do you have any like brown tape? Take that.
Sorry, I was going to say, is there anything for us from it? I was going to ask, if you look at they're like 1 and 2 outside the breakdown, because they're trying to play speed on top, they're not really onside.
Teams back out for the second half. Trailfinders waiting for the visiting Saracens to make their way out onto the field.
Yep. Ooh, need a ball.
The referee can hear him there just saying, "Just need a ball," and then we'll be ready to go.
Oh, there we go.
And there's been a chance for us to restock and take in where we are at in this game. There's also been a chance for some substitutions for both sides too. We'll start with the visitors. Letitia Royer has made her way off the field. Louise McMillan I should say, in her place. And for Trailfinders, Caris Cox has left us, and Isla Norman Bell, wearing that number 22 jersey, has made her way back onto the field.
Hold. Hey.
Back underway, and Gallagher kicks into the backfield. Harrison there once again to take play back, and twinkle toes on that far side to keep the ball in play. And Shell takes the ball to halfway. There's Amory, Leatherman, lovely ball onto Zachary and Burton. And the ball is bouncing, but Jones picks it up and checks back inside. Borland gets it onto Norman Bell. Ponsonby, Gallagher. Norman Bell again, getting her hands on the ball.
Scrum advantage, White.
But the ball has been lost forwards. Saracens have got that scrum advantage if they want it. And Gallagher picks it up, show and go, and then gets the offload away miraculously. Apps to Immaculate. Gallagher has stayed down after making that tackle on her international teammate. Back to her feet a little bit gingerly in that defensive line. Cleo to Hardy. Interception comes in though from Grace Moore as she gets the offload away to Malcolm. Is that the half an opportunity Trailfinders needed to get themselves back? Grace White refusing to be tackled, continuing to march forward, and gets the offload away to Ponsonby.
In touch first.
She's then hauled into touch before she could get the offload away, which wouldn't have mattered either way, it had gone forwards. But that's so much better from Trailfinders, and you saw it there from Grace Moore, getting in the passing lane and making those offloads a challenge for Saracens.
Yeah, and we've seen Saracens do that the whole time. You obviously seen in the earlier phase of play, Zoe Harrison flying, not Zoe Harrison, sorry, Rosie flying out the line and trying to stop that phase of play. You've got a really high out edge attack defence, but yeah, you can see the difference it makes when Trailfinders do that, and obviously getting a hold of that ball to have a bit more attack.
It's for Saracens to go back to the old familiar, that driving game up front. And it's drawn a penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage.
The interception was nearly there. And Gregson checks and goes inside, safe in the knowledge that they can go back for that penalty. Apps wants the ball back, quite happy to go back, and just giving Gregson a bit of a point as well, that there's a little bit of red underneath her nose from a bit of a bang, just to tidy that one up.
Didn't go that far in.
Thought we ran miles.
No.
But that driving maul from Saracens, it's the first time we've seen them really use it. You can see how much of a weapon it is for them.
Yeah, and I think Trailfinders will just be conscious of that breakout play and almost not overcommitting to that maul. But I think that's what Saracens has allowed to happen. They've allowed them to really have to second guess whether that's going to be a breakout play or, yeah, they know the power that they do have in that driving maul.
Campbell throws in, line out, doesn't quite connect. And it's come back into Trailfinders' hands. And then Saracens over the ball, win the penalty back instantly. And Liv Apps, you can see here, Gallagher under pressure at line-out time. The referee said the ball was going backwards. Ponsonby tidied it up, so it was play on, and then Apps right in there. It's the sevens experience of Liv Apps getting her hands on the ball.
Yeah, she didn't waste any time at all there, but I think them 50-50 balls, it's important that we get on them, but it's reacting as well, and I think Saracens are just reacting that little bit quicker.
McMillan takes the ball in the air on at half-time for Royer, and now Saracens charging this one forwards, inching closer. Campbell with her hands on the ball, hunting a brace, still going forwards. Still going, scoring.
Careful, careful.
And May Campbell released the ball. Poppy Cleal, the beneficiary. And Saracens continuing that trend from the first half. They're 6th of this match.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, as I said, they've notoriously had a really strong rolling maul, and I think they hadn't really shown that in the first half. So it was definitely something probably they spoke about in the changing rooms there, that they've still got that weapon, and yeah, the way they managed to kind of stay tight and keep that going forward is a real positive for them.
Well, like London buses, Poppy Cleal waited all season for a try, got 3 against Leicester, got a 4th of the season in this one. And she now adds her name to the 7 or 8 players now that are joint top try scorers in this league.
Keeping an eye out for stuff. I just didn't see it because you were in another.
Yeah, she's been ever present in this game, whether it's ball carries, playing at 9, and yeah, now off the end of a try. But yeah, she's a huge go forward for them, and I think a lot of the players look to her sometimes in terms of a go forward ball.
That one isn't going to go 10. Gallagher is happy to play it though, picks it up, and Shell pulls her to ground.
Away, green! Rock's formed.
Yep. Pressure coming on, Apps goes hunting for it down below us. Gets it away to a Macaulay, quick ball to Hardy. Harrison just tidies that one up, carries it for her side. Hardy again to Packer. Oh, that ball doesn't quite connect with Breach, and there's a knock-on that far side. Trailfinders needed that little, it was a little anything, little crumb, little morsel to get their hands on the ball, and they're going to get it here. That pass, Breach just wasn't quite expecting it there.
Yeah, I think she was maybe expecting a wee pop there, not quite the full throttle pass that she got from Marley Packer. But yeah, earlier on, you just see the difference it makes when Trailfinders are really putting that pressure on and forcing them to make that pass, and that's where the errors creep in. And yeah, hopefully this gives a little bit of possession for Trailfinders to have a good platform to attack off of.
2 changes down below us for the hosts. Grace Moore and Kate Zachary making their way off the field. Heidi Head and Emma Taylor making their way on. Some fresh legs for the home side. Amory waiting to put the ball in here at scrum time.
Bind. Set. Use it.
Scrum goes to ground. The referee is happy for it to be used, and Jones dinks that one in behind Sharp. It's bouncing and bobbling. Sharp has to tidy it up.
Goal line.
Goal line dropout for the visitors. But a nice idea from Meg Jones, something a bit different.
Yeah, really nice option there, and I think, yeah, puts us in a good place to be able to attack back.
And that's the positive of those kicks through, isn't it? Goal line dropout, the ball is going to come straight back, and you can reset that attack again. Harrison sends that one down the field. Norman Bell tidies up. Burton revs the engine for a big carry in midfield. Gallagher, nice soft hands, but then a little knock on the floor from Jones. Corrigan putting the pressure on. And it's one of those where 2 weeks ago these passes were sticking, but it's the pressure that's coming on and errors that we're not used to seeing from Trailfinders.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very close to coming off, but just not quite being there. And I think, again, it's forcing that little pass just to be able to get to the edge. But look, all credit to the pressure that Saracens are putting on Trailfinders, because that's what's causing those kind of errors.
Bit of time off here with Abby Burson receiving some treatment and some attention in midfield, and Brooke Bradley making her way on to the field at scrum half for Trailfinders. Ella Amory makes her way off. And again, watching these teams down below us, they've split into very distinct groups of forwards and of backs, just keeping those messages consistent and clear, and more importantly, relevant.
Yeah, I think the forwards know the kind of job they have in front of them. Look, Saracens are a hugely physical pack, and I think Trailfinders are up to match that, but it's really about showing that they can go forward in attack and also stop them in defence. So I think, yeah, we need to obviously have a good look at our scrum. It's not been the easiest kind of attacking platform for us, and I think in terms of getting our processes right, it's something that Trailfinders managed to fix well against Bristol Bears, but it didn't really click properly until the second half, which is, in terms of a game like this, like, you need your scrum to be working, you need your set piece to be working to be able to keep a hold of possession.
Exactly that, and possession is the aim of the game at the end of the day, and Saracens have used it the better. Burton back on her feet, takes her familiar place at the base of the scrum.
Let's go, Sarries.
Crouch.
Yeah, watch your kick, please.
Bind.
Might have heard Brooke Bradley there shouting, watch that kick.
Set.
This is a great platform for the visitors. They've got options.
Yes, 9.
If they want to use them. Trailfinders getting the shove-ons. Apps gets it away. And Harrison sends that one down the field for Breach to chase. It's bouncing and bobbling and just about tied it up in the backfield. That's superb work from Isla Norman Bell under pressure, and then even better work from McGee. Eventually pulled to ground, but that's just a little taste of the threat that this Trailfinders side can carry from anywhere on the field. They are going to get a penalty now too.
Ripped when she was on the floor.
Nice and clear from the referee there. Illegal rip. Montiel had managed to get the knee to ground. Tackle was completed. And Immaculée, the guilty party there.
Yeah, I was initially going to say what an incredible kick downfield there, but for Trailfinders to be able to recover that and get to where they did on the pitch, you can see it's going to be a tough second half.
It was great work initially, but touch has been missed. And it's allowed Saracens to come straight back at them with a penalty advantage now of their own. Rose popping up in midfield. And Apps slings that one back into Harrison's hands, and she kicks ahead.
Sorry, I've already blown it.
Ah, you can see there, all of the Saracens players appealing, saying they actually wanted that 50-22 that Harrison had just kicked.
And it would have been...
The referee just explaining he'd already blown the whistle.
And it would have been taken back, so it wasn't.
And just reinforcing that it would have been taken back into the half. So it wouldn't have been that 50-22. But you can see here...
Close.
Oh, it was very close. You can see here again the threats that Saracens have, and they're looking for that inside ball all the time just to change the complexion of where that tackle's going to be made. Oh, that is on a dime from Harrison. Don't think she could have got that any better placed if she tried.
Just hold.
And a change down below us too. Liz Craik against her former employers comes on. Donna Rose, her day is done.
Time's back on.
Another great shift from the Welsh tight head.
Let's go. Yeah.
The ball from Galligan down wasn't clean. It's gone into a Trailfinders' hand. And they survive the onslaught for now. Bradley looking around, assessing her options, charge down. And the charge down has somehow managed to get back into Trailfinders' hands. Burton comes away with it. And then Craik penalised for hands in the ruck. Good opportunity here for Trailfinders to get out of that proverbial coffin corner.
17 white. Just on the 5.
Yeah, initially a good charge down there, but I think, again, just being squeaky clean in that area is probably... I know Liz Craik coming off the bench will want to make an impact, and particularly against her former side, but yeah, that was probably just something that it could be quite costly there for Saracens, but a good clear for Trailfinders to hopefully get another shot to attack.
Ponsonby then with the ball in her hands.
Hooker, stay.
Good clean transition out of the back of the line out, and Jones, welcoming committee of 2, pulls her to ground. Bradley with the inside ball. There's some nice shapes being cut by Trailfinders, but then there's one offload too many, and Saracens look to come again. The bouncing ball ends up in Corrigan's hands. Gregson continues to charge forwards. Clifford goes again, and Apps. Referee just gets in her way a second. You can hear her going, oh, as she looked up and saw the yellow in front of her. Quick ball again. Harrison sends that one on to Gregson, just over her head. It bobbles into touch. Trailfinders line out.
Went backwards, it's a line out.
And really good pressure, I think it has to be said. We've praised the speed of the Saracens' attack. I think it's only right we praise Trailfinders there for how well they've defended that set.
Yeah, it's a wee bit of a scrambled D there in terms of what Saracens are trying to create. It is causing a bit of bother, but I think Trailfinders managed that well, and yeah, ultimately it's given them the line out here.
Ponsonby to Taylor. Quick ball. Bounces around, and Jones finds Gallagher. And now the break is on. Now the break is on for Trailfinders. Weaving and jinking, and a huge fend from Fran McGee. What a break from the Scottish winger. They need quick ball. They have quick ball. It's Malcolm on the far side. Trailfinders back in the 22 for the first time since the opening 5 minutes. Bradley to Borland. And again, quick ball, head, 5 metres out. Penalty advantage coming as Leatherman is pulled to ground by Cleo. Saracens disrupting it, slowing it down. We'll come back for that penalty. What about that break from Fran McGee, though?
Yeah, I said previously, honestly, give her an inch of space, she will take it, and she's got gas. And look, the defenders she's running around, they're not short of speed at all. So a real good effort to get down to this area of the pitch.
Oh, it's a brilliant break. The fend was even better, though. A right old sit down, push forwards. And Trailfinders have taken this one quickly. Burton, Malcolm latches with her, looks to inch her forwards a little bit further. Bradley wants some bodies in there to help her out, and Saracens, well, they pick the scrum half's pocket, and Gregson comes away with it. Opportunity gone, holding on the call. And you can see here, as you see a replay of that Fran McGee break, and a big old fend on Harrison, that Saracens have come up trumps again defensively at a crucial moment. And it's that speed of thought, isn't it? It was right there, it was on a plate, and Bradley just having a look around, and as soon as she looked down, Cleo's got her hands on the ball.
On the edge.
Yeah, the big difference has been around the breakdown here, and in terms of the speed that Saracens get when they're attacking, and actually how good that they've been at slowing ours down, and probably making Trailfinders second guess in terms of what way we're going, when realistically it's the tempo that has been working really well.
Packer. Oh, show and a go from Marley Packer, and now she continues to accelerate forwards. Gets the ball away to Harrison. Hardy now spins that wide to Corrigan, and Corrigan puts her foot down. It's marshalled well by McGee, but the tackle wasn't completed, so she can get the ball away. Clear at first receiver, Macmillan. Having a go now, and a penalty advantage coming the way of the visitors. Apps is told to go. She does. Saracens shouting, wanting another penalty advantage. The referee satisfied Trailfinders had retreated far enough. Gallagher, the next to put her head down.
No hands, Green, you're not on the ball.
Apps, well, that one's gone over the head of Harrison. Gregson tidies up. Campbell, big carry from the co-captain. Cleo decides not to use the offload. Sensibly so, because a Macquarie then found a little bit of space, and another penalty advantage coming now. Cleo's lost that one forwards, but the referee's going to have a word here. Let's see what he has to say.
That was offside. This player with the yellow boots never got back onside. Okay, and played that ball. No more penalties around the breakdown, please. You can.
And consider Trailfinders now on an official warning. Too many penalties around the breakdown. And that's all the experience of an international captain. Rachel Malcolm taking over that duty from Kate Zachary, saying, can I just have a word? Can I just take a bit of opportunity here to take some of the life away from this Saracens attack?
When they're lying back up.
I know far too well how good she is at being able to really rally aside and look, it's tough. You're in the 60th minute and you're 30+ points down, and it's how you can kind of get together and kind of make sure that you can still execute what you're trying to do. And I think it's not becoming too desperate when you're at them breakdowns and creating them penalties just because of the urgency to almost get that ball back.
Exactly that. But the urgency is here, an attack from the visitors, as it has been throughout this match.
She moved.
Apps gets it away quickly to Craik.
Away now, Green.
Saracens inching themselves closer, inching themselves over. Campbell with the score. Saracens moving past 40. And it's just relentless.
Yeah, you can see them using the use of the latch, being able to, again, just taking meters every single time they carry. And Trailfinders kind of caught on the back foot there, not getting underneath the ball, falling off the tackle, and it's just, yeah, it's allowing it, making it too easy. May Campbell is incredibly good at getting very low, as we've seen at the other side there. So yeah, you've got to be almost on the ground to get underneath her to stop her from scoring from a metre out.
Campbell with her second of the afternoon. Harrison lines up the conversion, nails the conversion. And Saracens have a 40-point cushion as we go into the final quarter of this game. Alex Osterbury said to me earlier in the week that
been made,
this was an opportunity for his side to make a statement against what he sees as a genuine top 4 contender this season. They've certainly done that.
Yeah, absolutely. They've definitely put a mark down here, and I think, look, Trailfinders are going to be disappointed with this game, and I think in both attack, defence, there's areas that we know they can do better in. But look, you cannot take a credit away from what Saracens done, and I think it has really come down to that speed of ball, the ability to offload, pop it off the deck, anything to keep the ball alive constantly. Their way they can move off transition has really come to light in this game.
The players after the ball's gone away around the breakdown for me. Yeah, thank you.
Referee just having a word with Marley Packer there. You can see another face coming into the pack for Saracens. Gabrielle Senft coming on for Poppy Cleal. Packer moving to number 8, and a couple of changes for Trailfinders too. Abby Burton and Grace White are off. Christina Blanco and Rosie Inman are on. Another bit of a reset, referee there. Just saying stability is a bit of an issue, but we've seen it so many times in the league this season. If a side is 5% off because of how competitive it is now between all of the teams, you can see the other teams starting to accelerate away.
Yeah, look, rugby's a big game of momentum, and honestly, you wouldn't know the power of having a momentum in the game, how that can allow you to play some of your best rugby. Unfortunately, the momentum has not been with Trailfinders today.
And they've had 2 moments in the 22. They nearly scored from one, and they did score from the other. But that shows you how much they've been suffocated by Alex Osterbury's side in white. And that ball, tied it up just about in the backfield, and Jones juggles it, holds onto it. Oh, look at that for the show and go from Meg Jones. Bringing out the party tricks, but then it's lost forward by Norman Bell as she goes to pick the ball up. And you don't want to say it, but when it's not your day, it's not your day.
I would say it's not our day, but
From White.
yeah, Meg there, you know she can create something out of nothing, but it's just them follow-up plays again, a really unfortunate knock-on there, and it's kind of been the story of the day. When something good happens, it seems to follow by something bad, and it's how we kind of take them errors out of the game, take the penalty count out of the game, and probably allow us to have a bit more of a consistency in our attack.
1 green. Well done.
Wholesale changes down below us for the visitors. Marley Packer leaving the field. Georgia Evans making her way on. Kelsey Clifford, Lottie Sharp, May Campbell leaving us. Bryony Field, Carmen Tremeling and Beth Blacklock all making their way on. You might have seen down there Canna Williams coming on for the hosts too.
Pack, just stay straight. That last one, both, so both, well, the whole 3 of you, but last one, the loose heads both stepped and were able to play away, but if you want to reward, and you need to all 3 go forward and stay straight. Yeah.
Again, some really clear instructions there from our referee, just being asked what do we need to do to get that reward at the scrum. You just said all 3 of you need to push forward in the front row, don't stand off, because then he'll just want the play to carry on.
Yeah, this will be a all new front row. I think both sides of the ball now, so it'll be interesting to see kind of who's in favour of this one.
Crouch.
Certainly will.
Bind.
Yes, Canna.
Set.
Apps puts the ball in. It's solid as a rock from both sides. Apps races away quickly though. Harrison out the back to Gregson. Gregson pulled to ground by Shell. Apps again to a Macaulay.
Release green.
Quick ball again from Apps, sniping herself. Evans, first touch of the afternoon for the Welsh international, and Saracens continue to fly forwards.
Use it.
Evans again. Saracens hunting an 8. Saracens finding an 8. And it's Liz Craik who's dotted down. It's wave after wave of pressure from the side in white, and there is very little that Trailfinders been able to do to stop it.
Yeah, every attack, every kind of carry that is made by Saracens, they're taking in at least 2 defenders of Trailfinders and making meters every single time, and I think that's been the big difference here, is just how much go forward they've had with every single carry they've made, and I ultimately think that has been down to the momentum and also just the speed at which they're going at, and it's not allowing Trailfinders to set and be able to get off the line and really stop the player.
Time off right now before Harrison takes the conversion. A little bit of concern for the North Londoners. Julia Immaculate stayed down after a pretty hefty collision as she picked up the ball and motored forwards for her side. Emma, it doesn't get any easier in this block for Trailfinders. Coming up after this, a trip to the champions, Gloucester Hartpury, Leicester at home, and then finishing with Loughborough away. So much of the conversations after this game you expect are going to be about taking the learnings, yes, but parking this one, because arguably the only challenge bigger than Saracens right now is Gloucester Hartpury.
Yeah, I would agree. There's not too much you can read into this. Yes, there's absolutely fixes and things we know we'll want to change. But again, it's something that I'm not going to take away from what Saracens has done. They've been a really good attacking side this afternoon, and I think, yeah, Trailfinders have probably just not dealt with it the way they would have liked, and they've allowed kind of the momentum to stay with Saracens throughout.
I suppose that really has been, been the difference. It's been the story of the game, hasn't it? That early try from Fran McGee. Saracens then hit the accelerator, got up to 7th gear, and they're still pretty much there. Back underway, and Senft takes that one. Her first appearance of the season for the North Londoners.
She's taken back. Hold, wait. Yep, good.
Harrison clears that one down the field to Shell. Ducks in field. Big collision. And Saracens are over that ball quickly, swarming over it. Putting the pressure on. Inman does well to get herself in there. Shell has stayed down. So Trailfinders attacking with 14 right now. Oh, lovely offload, and Taylor with a big fend. Still looking for the offload, still looking to truck it up a few more valuable metres too. Gallagher to Inman.
Backwards.
Went backwards, and Jones gets it out to head, and McGee now another big fend. Trailfinders up to that 22. Ponsonby to Borland. Bradley has to go hunting for that, and Jones at first receiver gets her hands free but can't affect the offload.
Too many goes.
McGee steps in at scrum half. Bradley now back on her feet, goes again. She's wrapped up. Gallagher. Ball is spun wide. There's a knock-on in the tackle from Saracens. Trailfinders will have the scrum, and it allows an opportunity for Shell to continue receiving that treatment on the far side. Really nice passage of play, though, from Trailfinders. We've not seen too much of it in this game. They've not been allowed to, quite frankly, but the threats are still there.
Yeah, absolutely, and definitely stringing together some nicer phases there. I think, again, just on that edge, you see them, Saracens getting high up in defence and just off, and I don't know if we need to maybe sit that little bit deeper to allow attack to just flow and get to the edges. But yeah, the defence of Saracens has been relentless.
Just get her on, Eleanor.
But a better use of keeping a hold of ball and stringing some phase of attack together.
And Shell is still receiving treatment. Misa Evans is coming on to the field down below us too.
Yep.
And that's a sad sight to see, Julia Shell making her way off the field. Been so good, and hopefully that isn't as serious as it looks.
Yeah, that's tough to see. She's huge for Trailfinders in terms of her kicking game, her carrying, and yeah, and just her all-round vision of the game. So I think hopefully that is nothing too serious.
Yeah, I've got your card in.
Let me just go and look at the pictures, and then I'll get out your way, okay? Crouch.
The shell is helped off the field. Bradley
Bind.
will get us back underway with
Set.
the ball in her hands, and a bit of a reshuffle we've had to see down below us. Misa Evans has come on, and Heidi Head has ended up in that back line.
I don't know if that's anything she would have expected, but look, I know from Heidi coming over from Australia, she wasn't 100% sure on terms of position that she wanted to play, so she's been in at back row, but I do believe she does have the ability to play out there in the back, so I'm sure she'll be happy to be out there and not in the scrum.
Well, that back row now for Trailfinders, if you look at it, is Ponsonby on the open side. Malcolm's still at the blind side. Borland has had to go back to number 8 with that reshuffle. They've actually done pretty well in the circumstances with that scrum, and Bradley picks and goes quickly, and a dink in behind from Norman Bell. Evades everybody, ends up in touch.
Green, there's your mark.
And we were talking about Saracens at the start, whether the 6-2 was going to have an impact. Trailfinders, they went with the traditional 5-3, but a couple of knocks, a couple of injuries in different positions, and players now having to play outside of their comfort zones.
Yeah, it's always a difficult one to predict, and again, Saracens knew the physical game that it was going to be, and I presume that's what forced this 6-2 split.
They're comfortable and confident breaking from deep now too. Gregson was released by Apps. It was a little bit messy. And it's tidied up on the floor. Harrison has a go. Apps to McMillan. Big tackle coming in on the Scottish woman. And Senft. Another big shot coming in on the Canadian too.
Use it, please, 9.
Apps puts boot to ball. Norman Bell takes that one nicely. And now there's a break from Inman. Oh, crucial tackle coming in
Tackle release
on the speedster. Otherwise, she was away. But Trailfinders still have the ball in their hands. Borland still going forwards. Bradley, little kick in behind from Gallagher. Apps clears that one down the field. And it's coming back now with Isla Norman Bell. Lovely flowing hands from Trailfinders.
Tackle.
Big tackle comes in, and Makwale is stayed down.
Okay.
And that offload has drifted forwards. That's an opportunity for a Makwale to receive some treatment, both teams to take a breath, and for us to tell you to get voting for your player of the match in the comment section on YouTube. There's been some outstanding performances across the board, but get voting. Your 4 options, all from the visiting side, are May Campbell, Poppy Cleal, Olivia Apps and Emma Hardy. So make sure that you get voting for your player of the match, and we'll be revealing the winner at full time. Sarah McKenna making her way onto the field now for the visitors, and there's some tired bodies out there. It's been fast, it's been frenetic, and again, we've barely had time to pause for breath, so I hate to think how the players are feeling right now.
Yeah, it's been a tough day at the office for Trailfinders, I would say, and a pretty good one for Saracens at that, but yeah, relentless in attack is probably what I would say. And yeah, you can see from that scoreline just what kind of marker they've tried to put down.
It's been a massive showing from Saracens. Confirmation that Sarah McKenna has joined us with Julia and Makwale heading off of the field.
Time back on. Let's go, 9.
Saracens just working out which one of the backs
She's coming in.
is stepping in on the side of the scrum. It looks like Alicia Corrigan is going to go and put herself into the mix.
It's okay.
Seems to be an opposite problem to what Trailfinders are having right now.
If there is another stoppage in play, perhaps Corrigan and Head can compare notes. Wing in the back row in the centres.
Bind. Set.
I mean, they've been saying rugby's becoming an all-court game more and more recently. It's been all the talk about hybrid players. We're seeing a couple of them giving it a go now, and a scrum penalty for Saracens. I don't think Corrigan had to do too much there, in fairness to her, but I'm sure that that's one she'll be claiming when she gets back into the changing rooms afterwards.
Absolutely. Back rows will take all the credit there. They like the celebration anyway, that's for sure.
What number is she, Mike? 18.
Harrison sends that one back into the Trailfinders 22. Misa Evans, the player penalised, not driving straight. Saracens take the line out quickly. Not quite worked for the women in white, though. Trailfinders come away with it. And they're going to throw caution to the wind here, and why not? Because they've got space and they've got opportunity, and they've got Fran McGee. Pulled to ground by Blacklock. Jones steps over to try and help her out, but she's not able to get there quickly enough, holding on the call.
No quicker than Liv Apps, of course.
Exactly that. I mean, you're running out at this point of superlatives to say about Olivia Apps. It's been absolutely stunning form since she's arrived into PWR. And Saracens, well, they've seen space, they've gone cross-field. It was a nice idea. Trailfinders were alive to the danger, though. And Apps, probably the first mistake she has made of the day.
Second by Green.
Knock on from Apps.
Scrum.
Then a knock on from Trailfinders. We'll have a scrum for the hosts. And Apps just sticking her tongue out in frustration there. But what an asset she has been since coming into this Saracen side. This league in general, she's lit it up.
Yeah, you can definitely see the sevens flair she has, but also just, the ability in the 15th game to almost change kind of the picture and the speed at which she plays, and she does not overthink in terms of what's the right decision. It's about actually the tempo that you're making that decision, but it's not just getting that ball away in terms of her turnover ability as well, and just being quick as they are, work rate to get to the area of the ball is, it's very good.
Certainly has been. Bradley, her opposite number, gets that ball away for Trailfinders, and here's Jones with another one of those jinking, weaving runs and an offload to Bradley. Bradley to head, and now Trailfinders where they want to be. They've got a scrum advantage as well. Saracens have lost that forwards on the floor, and Taylor sees a gap, goes herself, inches away now. Quick ball again, Trailfinders hunting a second score of the line.
On the line. It's a knock on there, but we're coming back for the knock on.
So unfortunate knock on as they were going to ground it, but they did still have that scrum advantage. They'll come back and they'll have that opportunity in the dying embers of the game to add a second try. Great awareness from Emma Taylor there to see that space and power through.
Yeah, again, it's just taking the space and obviously just playing with that tempo. Ball's available, nine's not there, take the ball in, and almost catching Saracens on the back foot, because as soon as they are set, it's really hard to make them meters forward.
And also, crucially, that speed of play, that opportunity to play that quickly, I should say, just hasn't been afforded to Trailfinders today. The very few times it has, we've seen the threats that they've got in the forwards and in the backs. But there's an opportunity here at the scrum. Borland picks it up from the base, goes route one.
Good 9.
Bradley gets it on to Taylor. Then inside ball to Malcolm. Here come Trailfinders again, switching play the other way. Gallagher to Jones. And she's had to do a little bit of work, gets that offload away. Gallagher not quite on the same page. Gets herself to ground, though. And Trailfinders go again. Evans, the next to have a go. Carmen Tremling onto the field for Saracens a while ago too, wearing number 18. Montiel has been with us since the start for the hosts. Borland.
Release, tackle up.
Another industrious performance from the Black Fern.
Play on.
It won't be in a winning cause today, but her side, well, they wanted to try and get a second score instead. Now there's a foot race between Apps and McGee, and Apps picks up the loose ball, and Jess Breach is going to canter in towards the end of the match for a breakaway score for Saracens. Trailfinders have had all the ball, all the possession, all the territory for the last 5 minutes or so, but Saracens, in a blink of an eye, have added another try to their tally.
Yeah, just that again, that tap of the ball from Liv Apps, who then, again, we spoke about her, how many talent she has, but the speed, I mean, to take Fran McGee on, and yeah, it has been Saracens' day, so if anyone was going to get on that ball first, it was Saracens. A good finish there by Jess Breach.
There she is again, that scrum half. Jess Breach adding the try. Not said her name as many times as we used to, and that's the thing. Trailfinders actually defensively have been pretty solid. It's just been that speed on the outside edge.
Yes, please.
Harrison lines this conversion up. That one drifts to the right of the sticks, so it's 57 plays 5. A reminder too that our clock on your screen is not linked in with the referee, so his decision on how long is left is final, and we've still got a bit of an opportunity to play on. And you feel for Fran McGee, because she's done so much right in this game.
Yeah, that's just it's a really frustrating one. It was a good chase, and obviously it's a difficult being able to come onto that ball at pace and secure it. Yeah, it's just a frustrating one, and I think almost tells the story of what today's been like for Trailfinders.
And they're going to be playing a number light for these final few moments too. Maya Montiel gingerly making her way off in the backfield.
On the edge.
It's been an attritional one, it's fair to say.
Yeah, on the edge.
White on the edge. Let's go one step out.
Williams just passing a few messages on. Quick ball to the front to Borland. That was really nicely worked, and Trailfinders up to the 10-metre line.
Same player.
Saracens slowing it down. Gallagher gets it away. A tip on in midfield. Evans has somehow come away with it for the visitors though, and Gallagher, and now Hardy, and Blacklock has seen space in the backfield. It's bounced and bobbled out.
No, but it's just before. No, but it's just in before. Yeah.
And the referee
Just in front.
down below is disagreeing with his AR. The AR
No, but it's just before the line.
thought it had gone out just inside the 22. Referee pretty sure he'd seen it just in front.
No idea.
Either way, the end outcome is it's a line out for Trailfinders.
Saracens, open it up for me. Thank you.
And again, an awful lot of realignment going on with the numbers they've got left for this line out.
You scrum off. 9, give us 9. Give us 9. 9. Scrum off. Give a step. Thank you.
Taken well in the air by Borland. Nice flat ball
Roll 15.
to McGee. Taylor, big carry. Craik meets up. And a little chip through for Meg Jones to try and latch onto. The outside centre has done just that. And then gets the offload away. Trailfinders changing the direction of attack with Norman Bell. And then it's lost forward by Borland, and that will be that. It's finished. Trailfinders women 5, Saracens women 57. That is a statement performance coming back after the bye week from Saracens.
Yeah, absolutely, and you know what, I think it really did play out for them today in terms of what they were trying to do and what they have kind of shown what they're about. Again, you just see right at the end there, you still have Gabrielle Sent flying out the line, putting pressure under and a knock on, and that's just been probably a constant theme throughout this game in terms of just getting really high up in defence and seeing the errors that have been caused for Trailfinders.
There is your player of the match on screen, Olivia Apps. Another stunning performance from the Canadian woman. And Fran McGee scored that first try. Saracens then took control, and I think that is a pretty fair outcome. Olivia Apps picking up player of the match there, because everything that was ticking for Saracens was coming from her speed at scrum half.
Yeah, like her name got mentioned probably the most throughout this game. Just seems to be everywhere and on the end of everything in terms of her urgency to get places, whether that's passing that ball away or getting a foot to ball or up in defence. She has been relentless in this game and well deserved of player of the match.
You can see there the players congratulating each other. Emma Taylor, a former Saracen, speaking to some of her former teammates. Let's focus on Trailfinders briefly. We've sung the plaudits of Saracens an awful lot, and we'll see some of the second half highlights, I should say, here. But what are Trailfinders going to take from this going into that Gloucester-Hartpury fixture?
I suppose you just cannot allow kind of the momentum from them to flow. We need to be able to stop that. It is about slowing the ball down. And I think we really struggled to do that today, and ultimately it put us on the back foot. I would say that is just all round just quite a frustrating performance from Trailfinders, and they know there'll be things that they can fix there.
You can see here there was some lovely free-flowing rugby from Saracens in the first half. The second half was all about the power game and this driving maul here. Campbell was short, but again, it was that ability, wasn't it, to free the hands, find clear and get the ball down. And again, you can see from the replays here, it was just wave after wave from Saracens. It was very difficult to stop them.
Yeah, I think the Saracens just never seem to be looking for a perfect picture. They're not waiting to see a perfect picture. It's about kind of how quickly they can play that ball. And generally, they always had someone on the other side of it, and they always had kind of support there to back it up.
I think just on that, we've seen this sort of change to that Saracens women's DNA slowly building through the last 12 months or so. But exactly as you said there, Emma, they're not looking for perfect pitches. They're just looking for speed and opportunity, and they're really making the most of it. And this try here at the end arguably showcases that the most.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate that Fran McGee couldn't get a hold of that ball, but you know what, the fact that is ultimately ended in a try for Saracens just shows the urgency that their backs are showing to get up, get high and make sure that they're always on them 50-50 balls.
And Jess Breach cantering away to finish that try for the visitors. 9 tries in total, and we said it in game, didn't we, as you see those Saracens players congratulating each other, that if you're just 5% off, sometimes that's going to be the result, and that's a huge statement from Saracens. It's not what Trailfinders wanted coming back off of that week-long break, but it also just highlights, again, like we said, every team in this league can beat everybody, but the moment that they lose a little bit of consistency or lose momentum, you can see something like we've seen this evening.
Yeah, I think, as we know, this is still quite a new Trailfinders team, and off the back of our first game of the season against Exeter, the comeback we had from that game and what we learned, I think, was kind of a testament, and you've seen it in that Bristol game, how we were able to adapt and really get into how we want to attack. But I think this will be a huge lesson for Trailfinders and probably a challenge that we've not faced yet. So hopefully, yeah, a game that you don't want to dwell too much on, because you can give a lot of credit there to Saracens, but there's things we can learn from, and I'm sure they'll be vital when we take them into Gloucester.
And that's the point, isn't it? It doesn't get any easier. It's a huge run into Christmas for every side. A trip to Gloucester Hartpury next. Very nearly got the win there last season, so there's lots of fillets of motivation that can be taken, and as you said, Emma, last time there was a defeat to Exeter, the response was fantastic.
Yeah, and that's the thing, it's just about responding to this. I don't think you can get your head too down, and you know what, there's moments of play in there that Trailfinders really showed what they're about, and they've got some exceptional players out there. Georgia Ponsonby playing, you know, a full 80, partially a hooker, and then on the back row, and is someone who's just all about the place. Meg, you can show everything what she did, but today, unfortunately, it just wasn't clicking.
Certainly clicking for Saracens, though. They lost that game to Gloucester Hartpury, but then they came back like a rate of knots against Harlequins. They've then continued that momentum onwards, and you can see some of the other scores coming around the ground that we'll show you very shortly too. Let's just have a very quick look at those. Sale Sharks versus Exeter Chiefs. Oh, what a thriller that was up at the Mawson Arena. 26-all. And Sale actually missing a late penalty to snatch the victory there. Loughborough Lightning against Leicester Tigers. That was the BBC Sport and BBC iPlayer game. 5 important points for Lightning. And then you've seen that result here. Exeter Chiefs, it's their second draw already this season. But again, it shows you the competitiveness in the league. And then it also shows you clear as day, if you're 5% off, what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every weekend seems to be pretty different, and I don't think you can read into what teams are doing against other teams, because honestly, it is really just how you perform on the day and kind of the game plan that you come with and how well you can execute it. But again, it's an exciting league, and I think that's why a lot of different nationalities are coming to the PWR, because you can see how competitive it is, and yeah, the excited brand of rugby that the teams are wanting to play.
Such an exciting brand of rugby. Plenty more action to come. Bristol Bears taking on Gloucester Hartpury. That game is live on TNT Sports tomorrow at lunchtime. Ruhi Dement making her debut for the Bears. That's all we've got time for this evening, though, from Trailfinders Sports Ground. Thank you to all of you for joining us. Emma, thank you so much for joining us in commentary, and we'll see you all again very, very soon.
I'm in my